was the country that
USA, because it has a full form that United States of America,
so if you had to create a full form of India,
developing country.
so say if you had to meet your 18-year-old self,
Everybody in his or her life wants to achieve something.
life was a word.
The world will give you materialist thing.
Right. So in the age of AI, do you think the value of creativity
Increase because
Hello everybody, well it gives me immense pleasure to have somebody very special with us. His name is Mandeep Singh and he has the special quality of being able to get an absolute great meaning of a word. So that can be a country and it can be a celebrity and a lot of other things. He even also got the full form of the word podcast. So it's been a great journey and I'm very excited to know how the mind can work so quickly and being able to derive an absolute cool meaning so quickly is absolutely an art. So I'm very happy to be here with him and we're going to be taking this podcast forward. Mandeep Ji, if I ask you to summarize your entire life in one word, then what would it be and what would its full form be?
my life there has been a lot of struggle in my life. So I would like to say, if you summarize my life in one word, that would be struggle. And the full form of struggle, what I think is, surely tries, ultimate gives, gradually, lots of effort. I have given lots of effort in my life, whether it has been in childhood, or whether it has been in business, or whether it has been in studies. Nothing has come for me easier in my life. So I think there's a lot of struggle in my life.
Right. So you look at words as language, or do you look at it as philosophy? And if it is language or whether it is philosophy, then how did you gain perspective?
When I look at the words, the meaning, I got something deeper into that. If a word has a meaning, like for example the word hope, right? What a person will think of the meaning of that hope, expectation. So what I write is humans' own prevailing expectation, what people expect from that. So I got into the into its broader meaning, defining the word, defining, not just imagining, defining it in its defining the word. That's what I think.
So has there ever been a single word that gave your life a different direction altogether?
Yeah, it all started with this word okay. In the year 2006, when I was reading the newspaper, I just came to know about this word okay, from where this word has been derived. It's the name of a person, Obadiah Kelly. He was a railroad engineer and he used to put his mark initial just as okay. So I realized that if there is a full form of this word okay, so why not other words? So I gradually started thinking about other words. I came up with this word God. God, according to Hinduism, Hindu mythology, we say that it's generator, operator, and destroyer. So what I thought, why couldn't I write another full form of this word God? So I started thinking and I wrote, it's giver or doer, who gives or does everything.
So you chose to create full forms of country names. Which countries are these? And I'm curious to know, how did you come up with them? Where all have you traveled?
No, I had just traveled in India, only not outside of India. So, but this country is what it just struck me that because it was easy for me to write instead of going something else, because it's almost 195 countries in the world. So I just thought, why not try with this word countries, and I just started. It was at the time of 2020 when I wrote this book, full form of countries, because Corona was at its peak and I just had so much of time that I could write something new. So I started with this full form of countries.
So do you believe that every person can write full forms just the way you can? And what are the shared actions and experiences when it comes to writing?
Yeah, why not? Every person can do whatever he wants in his life. It's up to him or her. If he wants, he can achieve whatever. Nothing is impossible. So you just need to believe that you can do it. Why not? Even if I can write, why not others can also write? There are many full form from earlier that I came to know, like the word newspaper. northeast, west, south, past time, present, event reports. So this is not I have created. It is already been written by someone else. So every person has the talent, has the ability, and can do whatever he wants. So, but he just need to have a better direction and better focus on the things whatever he want.
Okay, so during this research, which was the country that was the most unexpected when you wrote its name down and you wrote the full form, and where did you derive out of it?
Yeah, the very most country, desert country, USA, because it has a full form that United States of America. And then they thought, what will be the full form of United States of America? It was very challenging and difficult for me to write that, the full form of United States of America. So, but after a lot of struggle, a lot of thinking, research, I wrote the full form of United States of America.
So, which was the most challenging part of your life, and what was your learning out of that? And also, do you think it was a blessing in disguise eventually?
Yeah, life is, I wrote the full form of life is look inside for enjoyment. Happiness lies within us, not outside. Every time, wherever you go, whatever you do, we struggle in our life, but we expect something else from someone else every time. But the happiness is inside us, on outside, and we look for every materialistic things. So what I need to say is that every person deserves to live a better self-respect and for himself, so that he could achieve something in his life. To be something you can do in your life by your own.
If Mandeep Singh was a book, then what would the title be?
Simply, I cannot judge myself because I don't have the any right. Every time I will think better of me. I do have some negativity. Everybody has some negativity. So, but I cannot say that I am 100% perfect. So at this point, I cannot judge myself.
Okay. Has anyone ever rejected your idea initially and then later, become a great supporter to you?
Yeah, eventually, this beginning starting, even my friends, my relatives, they say that what you're writing is this full form of what is this something? People they won't recognize you as you. But I put in my effort always, and my call sign said to me that I should do something different. I should do something that people will remember me even after my death. So I started writing the full form. And I wrote the full form of my death. I can share with you. This departure from earth already time for human being. That is already time for human being.
Okay, so you've created full forms of many celebrities like Katrina Kaif, Deepika Padukone, Shraddha Kapoor, Amitabh Bachchan. Which was the most difficult one and which one is the most appreciated?
The very generally Amitabh Bachchan, because it was very difficult for me to write the full form. At first I thought that it's very impossible because I have to come up with an idea. I cannot write something that is not irrelevant. I cannot write that. So it was very challenging for me. And I think it just took me almost more than 1 year to write the full form that. It was very less time I get on writing out this full form. And then I wrote this full form of legendary Amitabh Bachchan. I just want to share with him. A man indeed tallest of all in Bollywood has bagged many awards, creating history in cinemas, having fans in all nations. So I come up with this full form.
Yeah. Okay. So if you had to create a full form of India, then what would it be to represent youth?
In all, a nation with developing economy in Asia. We are developing country, and I think one day we will be superpower.
Okay, fabulous.
Time will come, sure.
So in the age of AI, do you think the value of creativity is going to increase or decrease?
It's definitely going to increase because whatever full form I have written, I just searched out in ChatGPT. I haven't found out in that. So it's a creativity. Every person has a different creativity, and with that they can come up with new ideas, with new sharing, so that it will be good for the society.
Alright. So if you had to create a full form of the word success, so what would it be?
Full form the word success, what I think is surely comes after committing endless self-support. Because if you do not give self-respect to yourself, no one can achieve anything in your life. Whatever in your life you want to achieve, you have to give self-respect to yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. Because you are the only one. After your death, your body is living here and your soul will depart. So if you do not love yourself, then nobody else will love you. So I think success comes when you love yourself. When you give respect to yourself, then is success will come.
Superb. I really appreciate your answer. So, why do you think people generally lose their original self?
Because they always expect something from the other person. You always need a companion. You always think that somebody should listen to me. And everybody has this tendency that he or she wants that the other person should listen to me, what I want to say. If you want to be a good person, then you have to be a good listener. If you are a good listener, then only you can achieve your self-respect. If you cannot listen to others, then you don't have the right, you cannot become a good person in your life.
Right. Okay. So, when you come across a new word, in which direction does your mind go to first?
Any words, I was start to think that there can be a full form of that word. For example, birthday, right? So at first I thought what could be the full form of this word birthday. So slowly I just thought, as what I wrote is birth of immaculate baby reminds the human being of that date and year. It reminds us of the date when we were born. So that's what I think is all about. And some few example I just want to share, like of beauty. I wrote the full form of the word beauty. It's blindly has extreme attractiveness, undefined typically.
Amazing. Okay. So, if you could leave one of your books behind for the future generation, which one would you recommend and why?
My very first book, A to Z full form, because in this I wrote almost 500 words full form, and this is something unique, something different, something which nobody has, touched or nobody thought of this writing before. So I would like this book only, A to Z full forms.
So, which is the unwritten book that is yet to get written and then get published?
I was thinking to write to the full form of all the states of all the world, and it's a very difficult and very challenging one because it's not so easy.
Okay.
I just wrote the full form of all the states of USA and also of some of India.
Yeah.
So I can share some example. What I wrote is like of Bihar, basically rich in heritage and culture. You know what Bihar is, Nalanda University and all the cultures.
Right.
So it's rich in culture and university.
Amazing.
Example, I am from Jharkhand. The the full form of Jharkhand is jungles and also having reservoir known usually for abundance of natural resources, definitely. So like this I come up with new words, full forms.
Amazing. All right. So, I say if you had to meet your 18-year-old self, what advice would you give that person?
18 years back, I was just at that time 22 years old, and I would say that everybody use his or life wants to achieve something. So I was struggling at that period in my life. So I want to again struggle, because without struggle I cannot overcome these obstacles, these hurdles in my life. If I have to struggle, then only I can become something tough. I can become a man, what I dream to be. So I need to have struggle in my life.
Amazing. That's fantastic. All right. Finally, if life was a word, what would the full form be?
Yeah, that I already have shared. It's live inside for enjoyment, because life is what you live, but you have always an expectation from others.
Right.
That you want something this, something like. It's in any relation you can just see, whether it's a mom-dad relation, whether it's a father-mother, whether it's a brother and sister. There's always something expectation you have in your life that you need something.
Yeah.
But if you look inside, because we say that God is within us, and we try to look inside yourself, and then only you will find peace in your life, because this world will give you materialistic thing.
Right.
The happiness lies within you, not outside. So you just need to look inside, not outside.
Fantastic. I think that brings us to the end of our podcast, and we truly thank you for your precious time and for coming here today and for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.